Hey AT fans, Monk here. Today's Trail Bite is on food on the Appalachian Trail. Big topic for a lot of people. So this is really important to emphasize, as with everything that I'm sharing, this is just from my perspective. This is what works for me. Some people like lose their mind, they get really upset. They say, no, that's not the way to do it. It's like, that's fine. I mean, it's just, everyone's gonna have different preferences, different things, and nothing could be further than the truth from food. So there's many people who would completely disagree with the way I approached it. So I'm just sharing what worked for me, and if that resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. Do whatever you want. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that, because food can be a very touchy subject. Okay, number one. There's the options for food resupply on the Appalachian Trail. There are the boxes that you get mailed ahead at various post office boxes in various towns or hostels and what have you. Okay, I will just say, again, this is just the monk talking here. Do not do that. Do not do that. It is an absolutely, it's just a strategy that I just don't know. The ones who make it work, I don't know how they make it work, because it's just so unpredictable. You can't time where you're going to be. You can't time how much you're going to need. Your tastes are going to change. You know, I had one box mailed ahead, and by the time I got that box, it was right before the Smoky Mountains. I was so sick of these bars that I'd been eating. I only took one out, and I was like done with it. And let me give you an idea, an example. I was in a hostel, and there was a guy who had just gotten this huge, ginormous box of food. And he was this young kid, around 20, 2 or 3 or whatever. And he opens the box up. He takes like one little thing out and leaves. And I said, "Are you taking off?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Help yourself." So I resupplied for 3 days off of his box. And that's because he already had the food that he needed, and he didn't need that food. And it just can be so wasteful. And I'm gonna come strong to the mic on that one. From my experience, don't do it. So you want to resupply as you go, and that's what I did. And generally speaking, you can resupply as a general rule every 3 to 4 days. Off the trail. It varies depending. The South is a little more spread out. In the like New York State, it's much more plentiful. You could resupply them every day, or if you needed to. So it varies. And for me, the big choice that I made, the big decision that was critical for my hike, because I wanted to go very quickly, was to go stoveless. So it was a solo hike for me. So the food thing was not an experience. So there's a lot of people, they want to have the experience. It's very important. They talk about food all day. What are they going to cook that night at camp? They've got their trail family and their tramily, and they're doing all this. It's a very social thing. So this is why what I'm saying is going to not be relevant to a lot of people who hike the trail, because the social component of the trail was not my deal. So I was just all about speed. I promised my wife I'd do that trail in 4 months, and the monk was going to finish that trail in 4 months, which he did, by the way. So I carried a pouch with me. I ate every hour, and I really just ate as healthy as I could, but strike that. I didn't eat healthy at all, but I just the healthiest bars I could find, just whatever it was. Cliff bars. I ate tons of almonds. I did the tortilla wraps and those kind of things. Whatever it was. Pop-Tarts, of course. In the breakfast, they're the high calorie, low weight. So there's tons of information on other websites. And the other, the Bigfoots and the Redbeards and those guys who have just a lot more thorough information on food. So I'm going to keep this short. But for me, again, going stoveless was huge. Loved it. It was just so easy. By the end of the day, I didn't have to worry about cooking, cleaning anything. I just like, sometimes I'd have like a bar, some nuts, went to bed, got up, hiked the next day. Saved me a lot of time, was very efficient. It really worked for me. But again, that was just my personal preference. So any questions, let me know. Monk out.